start off the new year, I would like to share with you a beautiful story, something that happened to me over the holidays. It began when I went through a little wander through the homeland town Bantwe, one of the bigger cities on the west coast, otherwise known as Vancouver, but I like to call it Bantwe, the home of the 2010 Winter Olympics, which are coming up very soon. And while I was in the downtown core, I did run into Schnook Schnuck and Sumi and Tuk-a-Tuk, the little tuk characters. The kids were delighted. It was a big deal, apparently. Oh! Walking down the street, all of a sudden I see this fabulous window, Louis Vuitton. Oh, wonderful. I take a couple pictures. Gorgeous, funky, and then decide maybe I will go inside. Well, lo and behold, it's Holt Renfrew. Holt Renfrew. But you don't understand. See, many of you people can go out into your city, out into your world, and there is a Holt Renfrew there for you. Well, in Backwards Canada, there's no Holt Renfrew. It's not there. So I go into these big glass doors. They're heavy and glass and delightful, and walk into this white marbled roomed wall of opulence and designer handbags. Like real live Balenciaga, I touched things I have never touched before or seen in real life, only seen in magazines. It was insane. Oh my God. So I headed over to the Dior and I had a Dior bag gasm. It was a bag gasm right there in public. I was gasming over the Dior bag. It was silver and shiny and metallic. Oh my God, the Valentino rosy bag with I've seen it before in magazines, and there they were, all these things around me, little sportsy crystal covered purses and bags, and then up the escalators into the clothing section where people were in a little bit of a shopping frenzy. It's true because, well, designer garments were up to 60% off, and there it was, lying there just draped over the chaise lounge, beautiful Lanvin, colorful ready orange, the one shoulder with the flower print and the big boobies, like there it was, and I touched it and I felt the seams, and I needed to hold my heart in my chest because I felt like I was going to die, like the paramedics needed to be called. Fendi, Prada, Giorgio Armani. I could see Jodie Foster in every single piece. Gucci, touching Gucci, Dolce and Gabbana. There was the Chanel area. It was crazy. It was insane. And while I was swept up in the moment of all this beauty and wonder and amazingness, I took a moment and I took a breath and I looked around me at all the shoppers shopping. And they all looked so bored and disinterested, walking around, hardly pawing the wares. Oh God, it's more Calvin Klein, whatever. Jill Sander, please. Like they weren't even interested. And I thought, fuck you. Fuck you. You have too much fucking time and money. That is insane. Look at this shit. This is like a museum of fashion wonderness. And then I saw them and I was like, who are you people? What do you do that you have so much money that it's not a big deal to buy a $3,000 bag? $3,000 bag. And then I started to get really angry, like, well, fuck all the fashion houses. I mean, oh my God, who can afford these things? And they are starving children in Africa, in different places, Darfur, whatnot, those kind of things. And it was just such opulence and extravagance and so much. And then I got really mad. Then I was really mad. I was like, this is bullshit. This is fucking crazy. This is ridiculous. I can't believe it. And while I left the store on a high note, I was confused. I was confused about my mixed emotions, about my love for fashion and all these things, and yet my anger that I was feeling towards it. In conclusion, later that evening, when I went home and was maxing and relaxing and vegging in front of the cable TV, to my surprise delight, The Passionate Eye on CBC came on. It was on CBC News World. CBC is a Canadian broadcast station channel. Anyway, The Passionate Eye. And it was the secret world of couture. And I was enveloped by the show, and I was wrapped up by the show. And as soon as John Galliano began to be interviewed, couture had me in its grasp once again, and I could forgive everything and all the prices and what I learned from it. The beautiful story, the outcome, and the lesson is that I don't need all that opulence, and while I magazine shop, really I don't want it, and it's something that it's out there, and I don't need to think about it too much, and really when it comes down to it, what I love are the magazines. I guess maybe it's the combination of photography and surprise, like when you first get a new magazine and you don't know what's going to be on the inside, and you don't know what the photo spreads are going to look like, and what the fashion editors were going to tell you that they've seen on the runways of the shows around the world, and the photographs of all the overpriced clothing and makeup and amazingness, and oh my God, and really, what it comes down to is that I hope magazines always remain in print, and I thank everybody who has joined me in partaking in my love of magazines right here on the Magazine Show. Thank you so much. Namaste.
I'm so sorry, yeah. We just like to party like a party, yeah.